Yeah. So you solved for dy by dx. So what is the value of x you are getting?
10.
10, sir.
10, sir.
Okay, dy by dx is 0. X value is coming out as 10. So 10, what is the unit? 10 meters, right? 10 meters.
10 meters.
So it means exactly the midpoint. So did you do the second derivative test also? Y double dash.
Yes, sir.
So y double dash should be coming out to be greater than 0 at x is equal to 10. Right. So there's a simple problem. Let's go to the next one. 37th. If the lengths of three sides of a trapezium other than the base are equal to 10, then find the area of the trapezium when it is maximum. So this is 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and this is also 10 centimeter because I've dropped the perpendiculars. Then this distance is x and this distance is x. Now, they are asking when will the area of the trapezium be maximum, right? So what is the area of a trapezium formula? Half into
Half edge shape plus
Half a
Sum
shapeless
of
beam.
parallel side into height, sir.
sum of parallel sides, yes. So half into base into sum of parallel sides, right? So half into, what is the value of base? It is 10 plus 2x into sum of the parallel sides, that is going to be, so how much is this distance? Root of 100 minus x square. This will also be root of 100 minus x square applying the Pythagoras theorem.
Sir, it is half into height into sum of parallel sides.
Yeah, half into base into sum of parallel. Okay, I reversed it actually. Actually, it is half into base into sum of the parallel sides. Sorry, yeah. Half into height into sum of the parallel. So what is the answer? Half into heights are root of 100 minus x square into sum of the parallel sides. That will be 10 plus 2x plus 10. Right? So area, if I call it as A, what are we supposed to do? Is area a function of only one variable? Yeah. So now you can differentiate and tell me what is the answer. 10 plus 2x or 10 plus x. So this is the area. Do a dA by dx and tell me what is the answer. So 10 plus x into 1 by 2 root of 100 minus x square into minus 2x plus root of 100 minus x square into 1, that is equal to 0. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So if I take LCM, I get 10 plus x minus x into, 10 plus x into minus x. So it is minus x into 10 plus x plus taking the LCM, I get 100 minus x square, this is equal to 0. So 100 minus x square minus 10x minus x square is equal to 0. So 100 minus 10x minus 2x square is 0. So 2x square plus 10x minus 100 equal to 0. So 200, how do we split? 200, what are all the possible factors? 1, 200, 200, 4, 450, 8, 25, not possible. 16, not possible.
Sir, we can
20,
divide the whole equation by 2, sir.
20,
Sir, 10,
Okay.
20.
10, 20 is working. Huh? Okay, 10, 20. I will go with this. So 2x square plus 20x minus 10x minus 100 equal to 0. So 2x into x plus 10 minus 10 into x plus 10 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 10, x is equal to 5 by 2. So minus 10 is ignored because it cannot be
so
negative.
x is
So
equal to 5, so
5, sorry. Yeah. X is equal to 5 meter or centimeter, what is it?
Centimeter, sir.
Okay, it is 5 centimeter. So x is equal to 5 centimeter. Right? Actually, in the exam, you need to show the second derivative test also. Let's see how they have done it. So they have done the second derivative. You need to show that because the test carries few marks. Okay. So with the belief that you people can do the second derivative test, I'm going to the next one. You can leave some space. You can practice the second derivative test later. If there is any doubt, let me know. Okay. Now we'll go to the next problem. That is the 38th one. So 38, prove that the radius of a right circular cylinder of greatest curved surface area which can be inscribed in a given cone is half of that of cone. So you need to prove that the radius of a right circular cylinder of greatest curved surface area which can be inscribed in a, see wherever you see the term given, okay, given means constant. So here what is constant? Of a given cone means the volume of the cone is constant here. Okay. Is half of that of cone. So let's try to draw the diagram. So I have a cone. In this cone, what is our work? We need to inscribe a right circular cylinder. When you inscribe the right circular cylinder, let's say the radius of the cylinder is smaller, then the radius of the cone will be capital R. We need to prove that R is equal to capital R by 2, provided the cylinder is having the greatest area possible. Right? So what I will do is I will drop a perpendicular. I will take this height to be capital H and this height to be small h. How to proceed? So what are all the parameters that are fixed? So what are variables out of the diagram that we have drawn? What are all the variables and what are all the parameters that are fixed?
Sir, radius is variable and
Radius of whom?
cylinder
Yeah, radius of the cylinder is variable and
height of the cylinder is
that's it. Radius and height of the cylinder are alone variable because for the cone all the dimensions are given. The word given itself covers everything. So the radius of the cone is fixed and the capital R and capital H are fixed, whereas small r and small h are variables. Now how do I proceed? So what is that we need? What is the surface area of a cylinder? Have they mentioned it curved surface area? Of greatest curved surface area.
yes,
So
sir.
if the curve term is not used, then they mean the total surface area. Okay, you need to be careful with that. So here curved surface area of a cylinder is going to be what?
2 pi RH.
2 pi.
So the base circumference multiplied with the thickness 2 pi r into h. So here r and h both. So if I call this area to be A, then will I be able to differentiate and proceed? Obviously, no, because you have two variables. So what is our work? We need to convert it in terms of one variable. See, generally wherever these cone problems are there, no, there are two ideas that you can follow. One is the triangles which are symmetric. Okay. So sorry, the triangles which are similar. You can take the similar triangles or you can proceed with the concept of trigonometry. I always prefer trigonometry, which is easy. So if I take this angle to be theta, this angle is also theta, right? So what is this height? This is capital H minus H. So I will label it, observe, A, B, C, D and E. If I consider the triangle ABE, okay, if I take this as theta, this is capital H minus H and this is smaller. So what is tan theta from this triangle? Capital H minus H divided by smaller. Can I take it as equation number 1? Similarly, if I consider the triangle, just a minute. Similarly, if I consider the triangle AC and AC, what is it? AC and D, this is theta, this height is h, this height is r. What is tan theta equal to? Capital H divided by capital R. Let this be 2. So capital H minus small h divided by r will be equal to capital H by r. So what is the value of small r? So small r is equal to capital R into capital H minus small h divided by capital H. So can I write it like this? So I will call this as 3. I will substitute it in the place of area. So using 3 in the first equation, the star equation. So A is equal to 2 pi into, in the place of R, I can write it as capital R into H minus H divided by capital H into, you already have a H. Now area is a function of one variable H. Can you differentiate and tell me? So it is 2 pi R divided by H into small h into capital H minus H square. Right. So dA with respect to dH should be equal to 2 pi R divided by capital H into capital H minus 2h, that is equal to R. So capital H will be equal to 2h. So small h is equal to h by R. Sorry, h by 2. Right. If I call this as 4, using 4 and 3, what do I get? I get small r is equal to capital R into, in the place of small h, I'll use h by 2, and here also you have h by 2. Sorry. Right. So small r is equal to capital R into h by 2 divided by capital H. Distance get cancelled. So this is what is required. So small r will be equal to capital R. Clear with this? And one more thing, obviously you need to do the second derivative test. That part I'm always leaving it to you. If there is anyone not clear, let me know.
Sir, can you scroll it up, sir, for
Sure,
a minute?
Yeah. Till we're here.
Sir, could you scroll up just a minute?
Yeah, I'll do that. No, where should I stop? Here? I'll do one thing. I'll
Yeah,
tilt
yeah.
my screen so
Yeah.
that you can see. You will have better view. 1 minute. Now you can copy better.
Okay, sir.
Conceptually, no doubt, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Done? You want to copy this or you're done?
Sir,
Sir,
here do we need to do the second derivative test, sir?
Yeah, everywhere you need to do, every problem, because how will you know whether it is minimum or maximum? For example, if you do the second derivative test, okay, at small r is equal to capital R by 2, you are getting a value greater than 0, then it becomes minimum, means the question itself is wrong. We don't know, right? Okay, yeah. Darshini and the one who asked me, have you people finished it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go to the next problem then. I think this view is better. I'll write it in this way. 1 minute. So what is the next problem? See, they have used a similarities concept, but I would suggest you to prefer the trigonometry. So next is maximum and minimum value of a function in a closed interval. I have already explained the concept to you. We can start solving the problem. Okay. I'll tell you what we are supposed to do. Example 39. What is the question? Find the absolute maximum and minimum value of the function f of x. So what is the function? F of x is equal to 2x cube minus 15x square plus 36x plus 1. Right. So if you observe the interval in which they are asking you to check is the closed interval 1 comma pi. So in the closed interval 1 comma pi, you need to verify what is the maximum and the minimum value. So even before you proceed, know how you are supposed to think is, look at the degree of the equation. It's a third degree equation. So how many points will you get when you differentiate and equate it to 0?
3. 3 values.
You will get 2 points only. When you differentiate and equate it to 0, you will get 2 points. Because third degree equation differentiated will give you a quadratic equation, a second degree equation, right? I mean a second degree polynomial. Then you will have 6x square minus 30x plus 36. So if I equate f dash of x to be equal to 0 for what? For both minimum and maximum. Okay. Then 6 into x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So you get x minus 3 into x minus 2 equal to 0. So x is equal to 2 or 3. Right. So what is happening? You need to first verify whether this 2 and 3 are in the given domain. Are they? Yes. Right. Because the domain is 1 to 5. So 2 and 3 of course lie between 1 and 5. Now what you do is you can do the now if it is an open interval, what you do is you do the second derivative test. Alright. So had it been an open interval, you will do the second derivative test and do it. So one small change that happens when you have a closed interval is you need to check all the function values at all the stationary points. Means at 2 and 3 you need to check. Also you need to check the function value at x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 5 because they are also included in the domain. So what is going to be the value of f of 1? Why I am checking f of 1 is the starting point of the function. So f of 1 is going to be 2 minus 15 plus 36. How much is it? So 38 minus 15.
23.
23, right? What are they given? F of 1 is given as plus 1 is there. Huh? Plus 1. So 23 plus 1, 24. Now what is the value of f of 2? 2 into 2 cube is 8 minus 15 into 2 square is 4 plus 36 into 2 is going to be, so 36 into 2 plus 1. So the 16 minus 60 plus 72 plus 1, how much is this? 29. So what is f of 3? F of 3 is 2 into 3 cube. Be careful, you should substitute in the place of f of x, not f dash of x. So 2 into 3 cube minus 15 into 3 square plus 36 into 3 plus 1. How much is the value? It is 28. F of, the last value I am supposed to check is f of 5. So what is f of 5? So 2 into 5 cube minus 15 into 5 square plus 36. Yeah. So it is 56. Right. So what is the minimum value out of all these values? So 24, 29, 28 and 56. What is the least value? The least
24.
value is attained at
24.
24. So the least value is attained at x is equal to 1 and the greatest value is attained at x is equal to 56. Okay, but had the same question been open interval 1 to 5, then what would have been the answer?
29.
29 means it is f of 2 would have been the value at x is equal to 2, you would have had the greatest value, at x is equal to 3, you would have had the least value. Is it clear? So you need to all, yeah, tell me.
Sir, why did we figure out the value h is equal to 2 and h is equal to 3?
That is because a differentiator.
We could
See,
directly solve f of n.
that you could have told, see, that is, how will you find out this x is equal to or x is equal, you could have told f of 1 and f of 5, yeah? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, the question is find the absolute maximum minimum value. So why did we
Okay.
differentiate this?
Because you should also know in between where the function is increasing and decreasing. No? You should know where it is attaining the maximum value and minimum value. See, what is the general procedure we follow? The general procedure we follow to find the maximum or minimum is, okay, I will do this problem in the reverse way and show it to you. See. So if you forget about the open interval and closed interval, okay. F of x is equal to 2x cube minus 15x square plus 36x plus 1. So if I ask you to find the maximum and minimum, the first thing you do is f dash of x is equal to 0. Right? F dash of x equal to 0 means we got x is equal to 2 or 3. Now what will you do? You will find out f double dash of x. So f double dash of x is how much? F double dash of x is how much? 12x minus 30.
30.
Right? So you will get 12x minus 30. Now what will you do? The second derivative test says f double dash of 2 is how much? 24 minus 30, it is minus 6. So it is less than 0. F double dash of 3 would be 36 minus 30, which is 6, which is greater than 0. So this is the point of maximum, this is the point of minimum. See, this is the way we have been doing the problems till now. Right? So this would have been the maximum value and this would have been the minimum value provided you had defined the function in the open interval 1 to 5. Right? What would have been the maximum value? Because 1 is not included, 5 is not included. But had 1 and 5 also been included in the domain of the function, then you need to verify what is f of 1 also. No? So what is f of 1 that is coming out? So f of 1 that came out is to be 24, f of 5 came out to be 56. So if I had done it like this, if I had done the second derivative test, what would I told the value of f of 2? F of 2 still would have been 29 and f of 3 would have still been 28. So on a comparative basis between 2 and 3, this is the maximum, this is the minimum. Okay. You took only 2 and 3 in this case because 1 and 5 are not in the part of the domain. Okay. Now we've had the question. Now the question is changed to closed interval 1 to 5. Now we'll do one thing for understanding it better. Let's make it as 1 to 4. Can you tell me what is the value of f of 4? Let me check the graph itself. I can give you another point. Y is equal to 2x cube minus 15x square plus 36x plus 1. X cube minus 15x square plus 36x plus 1. So the function is going like this. So what is this value? I don't know what value this is. I think this should have been 2. The cursor, where I place the cursor, you are able to see? I'll zoom and show. So this would have been the maximum point. This is the point 2. You're able to see here x-axis. This is the point 2 and this is the point 3. But what is happening to f of 1? So when you define the function from 1, what is the value of f of 1 that came out? F of 1 was 24. 24 is here. So this is f of 1. Okay. This is f of 2. This is f of 3. And what was f of 5?
56.
56 is here. So this is f of 5. So what is happening to the function between the intervals 1 to 5? It is increasing and then decreasing, again increasing. Are you able to understand? So on a comparative scale, between the intervals 1 to 5, you can have the least possible value at 1 and you can have the maximum possible value at 5. So in between, these are the points where the curve is changing. Had the same curve came down, okay, had the same curve came in the reverse direction, that is, after it reached the maximum point here, had it been decreasing, then things would have been different. Okay, maybe if there is a problem, I can show you. To some extent, you are able to understand, no? I'll show you with another problem.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now we will do the 40th C. They're using the word find absolute maximum and minimum values. When they say values, you need to find the function values. Okay, here also, above question also, they are asking you the function value. So what is the maximum value? It is 56, minimum value is 24. Similarly, here also, you're supposed to. So what is the function? F of x is equal to 12 into x power 4 by 3 minus 6 into x power 1 by 3, and the value of x belongs to minus 1 to 1. So what is f dash of x? Irrespective of closed interval or open interval, first step is always differentiating. So 12 into, so 48 by 3 into x power 4 by 3 minus 1 is 1 by 3 minus 6 into 1 by 3 is 2 into x power minus 2 by 3. So if I equate f dash of x to 0, then I get 16 into x power 1 by 3 is equal to 2 into x power minus 2 by 3. So 2 and 8 will get cancelled. 8 into x cube by x sum. 8 into x is equal to 1. So x will be 1 by 8. So is 1 by 8 between minus 1 and 1?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 1 by 8 is between minus 1 and 1. Now what will you do? You will check what is f of 1 by 8. That's what you are supposed to check. What is f of minus 1? You will check f of plus 1. Had it been open interval minus 1 to 1, you would have gone for the second derivative test. Since it's a closed interval, you need to verify extreme points also. So which value is coming out to be least? So what is f of 1 by 8? F of 1 by 8, according to the way they have given, it is minus 9 by 4. What is f of minus 1? F of minus 1 is 18. F of plus 1 is 6. So which is the least value?
F of 1 by 8.
F of 1 by 8 is minus 9 by 4. And f of minus 1 is 18. So this is the maximum value and this is the minimum value. That's what happens.
Sir, why is the word absolute used?
Yes, sir. Just absolute means the exact value. The exact value of maximum and minimum. That's it. Don't worry about that absolute.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you explain the last step, sir?
Which one?
Sir, 8x 1 power 3 is equal to 2
This
into
one,
x power minus.
what I did
Yes,
is, see, 8 into x power 1 by 3 is equal to 1 divided by x power 2 by 3. Accepted? So x power minus
yes,
2 by
sir.
3 is 1 by. So this will go to other side as a product. So 8 into x power 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3 is equal to 1. So 8 into x power 1 is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 by 8.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Why are we taking -1 and 1?
You're taking -1 and 1 because they are the extreme points of the domain. They are included, no? We have to check what is happening to the function value at them also. See, that is what I'm telling. I think this point is confusing you guys. So whenever a question is given, for every function, the first thing that you're supposed to look, if it is a problem based on function, the first thing that you're supposed to look for is the domain of the function. So there are two types of domains they can define. Okay, one is they can define the completely open interval domain or completely closed interval domain. When you are given a completely open interval, you do the first step that you do is f dash of x equated to 0. Then you do the second derivative test and verify whether it is less than 0 or greater than 0 and then proceed. Okay. Had it been an open interval, closed interval like this, then the steps that you're going to follow is you'll do f dash of x equal to 0. And once you get the stationary points, once the stationary points are obtained, you need to check what is the function value at the stationary points first. Okay, you verify, let's say it is coming out as 2 and 3, you will first verify what is f of 2 and f of 3. After you verify, you need to check what is the function value at the extreme points also. For example, the extreme point is a and b. You need to check what is the value at f of a and f of b also. Out of all these four values, you have to do a comparative study and then decide which one is greater and which one is least. That is the meaning of absolute maximum and minimum.
Sir, if one interval is like if
Open and closed, no?
yeah, open and closed.
Then you have to check at the point which is included in the domain. So to put it in simple terms, whichever point is included in the domain, you need to do a verification at that point also.
Okay. So then in that case, should we use double derivative?
Double derivative is not needed at that point. Generally, for CBSE, you don't have such questions, but you might get this. Right? Maybe if you write for the other exams, you'll definitely get it. But if it is like this, if at all they twist and give you the question like this, then whatever is the extreme point, you need to verify it at that particular.
So single derivative equal to 0, then equating.
Then you get the stationary points, substitute all the stationary points, find out all the function values.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's it. Find function values at the stationary point and the points included in the domain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. Can we do the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. So can you people try it? So y is equal to x square plus 7. What curve is that?
The parabolic
What? Sorry?
parabola.
What parabola? Parabola is right because it's a second degree equation. So as I told you, always better to have
Upward
it's an upward parabola shifted by how much?
7 units. 7 units.
7 units in the upward direction. So this
Upward
is how you
direction.
have. So the vertex will be 0, 7. 3, 7 is a point in the first quadrant. So this is where the soldier is standing. Okay. So the helicopter is moving in this particular path. The soldier is trying to shoot the helicopter when the distance is the least. It is similar to in the previous class we did a problem, no? Where is it? The root of 4c minus 1. This one and the given problem are the same. Find the shortest between the point 0, c. Instead of 0, c, you have 3, 7. From the parabola y is equal to x square. Instead of y is equal to x square, you have y is equal to x square plus 7. Approach is the same. Can people do it fast? So find the distance between the points. So what will the points be? X comma x square plus 7. So the distance between these 2 points, find it out. So root of x minus 3 the whole square plus x square plus 7 minus 7 the whole square. Right. So this is the distance. When the distance is least, I told you distance square will also be the least. So this will be a function of x. So 2 into function of x is, I take this as f of x, then f dash of x will be 2 into x minus 3 plus 4x cube equal to 0. So x minus 3 plus 2x cube will be equal to 0. So how to solve this? So it's a cubic equation, right? So first use the trial and error method. So which value is satisfying? 1 is satisfying. Huh? So since 1 is satisfying, do people know the synthetic division method?
No, sir.
Okay. So first, when you have a cubic equation, what you're supposed to do is, using the trial and error method, first substitute the values and see. Like generally the values that you can substitute are 0 plus 1 minus 1 plus 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus 3. You will get it between these values itself, most of the cases. If not, you will have to go a little bit. So here, if I substitute 0, it will not satisfy because I have a constant. Now I'll try 1. If I substitute 1, will it satisfy? 2 into 1 plus 1, 3. 3 minus 3, yes, it is 0. So 1 is one of the roots of the equation. Then you put a bracket like this. Okay. Then write down the coefficient of x cube, x square, x and the constant. So 2, the coefficient of x square is 0, the coefficient of x is 1 and the constant is minus 3. So what was the root that satisfied it? It was 1, right? So write down 1 here. Always start with a 0 here. Always start with a 0. Then you need to add these two. So unlike the normal division, here you are going to add the values. So 2 plus 0 is going to be 2. Now multiply. 1 into 2 is going to be 2. Now 0 plus 2 will be 2. Again 1 into 2 is going to be 2. 1 plus 2 will be 3. 1 into 3 will be 3. And the last term should give you a 0, provided you have divided with the perfect root. Okay. Now what we need to do is, you need to put x square here, you need to put x here and leave that the other term as a constant. Okay. Then this is factorized like this. X, this is a root, then x minus 1 will be a factor. X minus 1 into 2x square plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Means if you multiply this, you will get back this. That is the meaning. So you have actually factorized it. Is it clear?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
sir, if it is that is -1, then we should put x plus 1, sir.
No, no. If it is -1, means you should put plus 1. There are two words I'm using: root and factor. One is a root. So 1 is a root means x is equal to 1. Correct? Then if 1 comes to the left hand side, x minus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 1 is a factor. So try to understand.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. You will have most of the problems based on this in calculus. Wherever you have increasing, decreasing, and all, you should have a clarity of it. So,
So 1 minute.
yep.
How did we come up with the x is equal to 1?
You have to substitute and see trial and error only.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You have to just that's what I told. The values you can, whenever you see a cubic equation, if you want to factorize it, the values you can check are 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. Keep on going. Most of the problems for you guys, they'll finish it within 3 only. It will not go more than that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So x minus 1 into, if I am not wrong, the discriminant of this quadratic equation is less than 0, so it will not have real roots. So x is equal to 1 would have been the answer. 2x square plus 2x plus 3 can never be 0 because its discriminant is less than 0. So x is equal to 1, correct? So when I substitute x is equal to 1 in the curve, what is the value of y? 8.
8.
So what is the point? The required point is 1, 8. So when the helicopter is at a point of 1, 8, that will be the shortest possible distance between the soldier and the point. So what is going to be the least distance? So here also you of course need to do the second derivative test. I'm not doing it, but you people have to do it in the exam, right? So f double dash of x you people find out, then f double dash of, check for what is the value are. It should come out to be greater than 0. Then what is f of, sorry, not f of, no. You need the distance. What is the least possible distance? Distance will be square root of, what was it? X minus 3 the whole square. X is 1. X minus 3 the whole square is 4 plus x power 4. X power 4 is 1. So square root of 5 is the answer. So square root of 5 will be the required answer. Sorry? Did anyone speak now? Now can you people start the problem in the exercise? So this chapter is almost over. As I told you, the fourth exercise is very simple, that we can concentrate in the next class. This class concentrate only on the maximum minimum part. So exercise 6.5. So f of x is equal to 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3. Find the maximum and the minimum value if any of the following functions. So here no domain is given, but domain for all the polynomial functions or the algebraic function is going to be the real numbers, right? So f of x is equal to 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3. So how do you proceed? F dash of x is equal to 4 into 2x minus 1, sorry, 2 into 2x minus 1
2 into 2x minus 1. If I equate it to 0 for maximum or minimum, x will be equal to half. Then we will do the second derivative test. F double dash of x will be equal to 2 into 2. So this is less than 0. So at x is equal to half, you will have minimum. But what are they asking? Find the maximum and the minimum values, not the points at which this is occurring. So what is going to be the minimum value? F of 1 by 2 will be how much? F of 1 by 2 will be 1 minus 1 the whole square plus 3. That will be 3.
Double dash of x is greater than 0, no, sir?
Oh, sorry, greater than 0, right? Then this should be the least value.
Yes.
In mind, I had it, but I wrote it wrong. Yeah. So this is the least value, correct? So this is the minimum.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Actually, if you try to check the graph of it, it will be an upward parabola. See, I'll just explain this method. If you understand it is well and good. If not, don't get tensed. Observe. Y is equal to 2x minus 1 the whole square plus 3 is there, right? Last year, I'm not sure if you have learned the concept of shifting of origin in the supplementary exercise. What you can do is, if I take this as capital X, for example, then it is appearing like y is equal to capital X square plus 3. Right? So what is y is equal to some x square plus 3? What does it represent? It represents an
Upward parabola, 3
upward parabola, 3
units.
units shifted, right? So if you look at the graph itself, you know it is decreasing and increasing. So this will be the least value possible. And that is what you got. That is if I consider this 2x minus 1 as capital X. Is it clear? If you understand, it's fine. If not, don't worry. So f of x is equal to 9x squared plus 12x plus 2. It is a quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation will represent upward parabola or downward parabola. So ax square plus bx plus c is an upward parabola when the value of a is greater than 0. So it is an upward parabola. It is a downward parabola when the value of a is less than 0. Right. So f dash of x will be 12x plus 12. So f dash of x is equal to 0, which implies x is equal to minus 1. What is f double dash of x?
Sir, f dash of x is 18x plus 2.
Oh, sorry, 18. Sorry, 18x plus 12. Okay, then x will be how much? Minus 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Then f double dash of x is 18, so greater than 0. So this will be the point of minimum. Correct? So f of minus 2 by 3 is how much? 9 into 4 by 9 minus 24 by 3 plus 2. So 9, and this will get cancelled 8. 4 minus 8 plus 2. Is it minus 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See the next one, according to the logic which I explained you for the first question, without solving, can you tell me what is the answer? If you look at the first and the third problem, they are similar. I explained the logic for the first one. So for the third one, without solving, can you tell me what is the answer?
Sir, the maximum value is 10, sir.
Very good. It will be maximum value. You solved it or you are just telling?
Just telling.
Just telling, right? Maximum value is 10. Because you have a minus before that x square. So it will be a downward parabola. Downward parabola will attain maximum. So the same thing calculus should also support us. Let's see. So f dash of x is equal to minus 2 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So x will be equal to 1. So f double dash of x will be minus 2, which is of course less than 0. So it will be a point of maximum. So f of 1 will be 10. That's right. So that is the maximum value. Now g of x is equal to x cube plus 1. I was thinking why they use the word if any. You will get an answer in this question. So g of x is equal to x cube plus 1. You people do understand.
Values of x, sir, because x square is equal to minus 1 by 3.
You'll have, hello. Did you factorize it directly? You can do g dash.
Sir, g dash of x only I'm saying, sir.
G dash of x, you will have only one value, 3x square, that is equal to 0, x equal to 0.
Sorry, sir.
You directly factorize it. So g double dash of x is 6x. What is g double dash of 0? Is 0. So what is the meaning of this?
Point of inflection.
Inflection, sir.
That is why I was thinking, why did they give the word if any? So the justification to this term is also done. Generally, these cubic equations, x power odd numbers will have this kind of a point only, because they are continuously increasing or decreasing functions. Find the maximum and minimum values, if any, again here, of the following functions given by. Here they are dealing with modulus functions. So f of x is equal to mod x plus 2 minus 1. So first, before you differentiate, we need to define the function. How to define? Anybody who can tell me? So I should write x plus 2 minus 1 when x is
Greater than 0.
Greater than 0, sir.
greater than
Greater than minus
somebody was minus
minus
1.
2.
minus 2, because see, I know this confusion will always exist. See, I am repeating this again, put it in your mind. There are two types of question, mod x plus 2 or mod of x plus 2. Okay, if suppose you want to define for mod x plus 2, then f of x is written like this. It is x plus 2 when x is greater than 0. To put it in very simple term, how to get this variable is whatever is inside the modulus, that value should be greater than 0. Here what is inside the modulus? It is only x. So that value should be greater than 0. It will be 0 if the value inside the modulus is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0. Sorry, it will be 0 plus 2. This plus 2 is fixed. Then it will be minus x plus 2 when the value of x is less than 0. I hope this point is clear. Right. Now if I take f of x, then I should write it as this value will give me a positive value if the value inside my modulus is greater than 0. So if x plus 2 is greater than 0, when you solve the inequality, you will get x is greater than minus 2. I hope you people understood. Now what should I write here? 0 minus 1 when x
Equal to 0.
Sir, it's
right.
Sir,
X
can you
equal to minus
explain it
2.
again, sir?
X equal to minus 2. Similarly, it will be minus of x plus 2 minus 1 when x is
Plus 2. Less than minus 2.
less than minus 2. Okay.
Sir, can you explain it again? So the second one, the
Which part?
modulus of x plus 1. Sir, you have
Okay.
written that example.
Yeah, I'll do that. 1 minute. See, The basic definition of modulus function is it should always give you a positive value. So if I have modulus of x plus 2, 1 minute. If I have modulus of x plus 2, then what I'm trying to say is this modulus will give me a positive value when I'm able to choose the values of x that I'm substituting inside, such that this value comes out to be positive always. Okay. So what is the least value that will give you positive? Or else I'll put it very simple. Okay. Write the value inside the modulus as positive value when the value inside the modulus is greater than 0. Write the value inside the modulus to be 0 when the value inside the modulus is equal to 0. Write it as minus of the value when the value inside the modulus is less than 0. This is the logic I used here.
Okay, sir. I understand.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it will be x plus 1 now. So I will define f of x properly. It is x plus 1 minus 1 and minus x minus 3. When x is greater than minus 2, x equal to minus 2, x less than minus 2. So what is f dash of x? It is 1, 0 and minus 1. When x is greater than minus 2, x equal to minus 2, x less than minus 2. What are they asking? Maximum value. So where is it possible? So f dash of x is equal to 0 only at x is equal to minus 2. So what is f double dash of x?
Everything is 0.
Everything is 0.
Here you can't do. Once you have got f dash of x equal to 0, what is f of 0?
1.
Sorry, not f of 0, f of minus 2. Why I am saying f of minus 2 is f of 2 is minus 1. So this will be the
Minus 1.
this will be the least. How I could find this is the least value is because I used only the first derivative test. The second derivative test is failing here. If I do f double dash of x, what is happening? Everything is coming out to be 0. So it's telling me that it should be the point of inflection. But that is wrong. Okay. So here if I observe f dash of x, I take the number line. On the number line, minus 2 is my checkpoint. What is happening to the function on the left of minus 2? Is it increasing or decreasing? So when x is less than minus 2, f dash of x is negative. Negative na?
Increase.
Negative is decreasing. Negative is decreasing. Negative is decreasing. See, I know this confusion will also come. F dash of x greater than 0, increasing function. F dash of x less than 0, decreasing. I understood why you people told decreasing. It's because f double dash of x is greater than 0 means it is minimum. So don't get confused between minimum and decreasing. They both are different.
Yeah,
F double
okay,
dash,
sir.
yeah, this is maximum. Only for f double dash of x, the principle is reverse. For f dash of x, greater than 0 means increasing, less than 0 means decreasing. So decreasing, and here it is increasing. So if a function is decreasing and then increasing at towards a particular point, what will that point be? Point of? See, whenever you get a doubt, you
Max.
discontinue it. It is a point of minimum.
Minimum.
Point is decreasing and then increasing. This is decreasing, this is increasing, then this will be the least point. So f of minus 2 will give me the least value possible. Are you able to understand? Here I am not talking about discontinuity at all. Had it been discontinuous, how will I be able to differentiate? Only continuous functions are differentiable. Okay. So to avoid this confusion, I am just giving you people some time. You do the second problem and tell me with clarity. You people think and do it, don't do it in a hurry. So you have a minus sign outside, be careful. Minus of x plus 1. Will someone want to try this? How to define the function? Forget about the minus. Mod of x plus 1 should be positive and plus 3 is as it is when the value of x is less than
My +1, sir.
Minus
less
1.
than minus 1.
Minus 1.
What did I say? You should equate this x plus
Yeah,
1
yeah, okay,
with,
sir. I included that minus symbol, sir. That's
yeah. I made a mistake actually. It should be x greater than minus 1. Then this will be 0 plus 3 when x is equal to minus 1. Okay. Then what will happen? It will be minus of x plus 1 plus 3 where the value of x is less than minus 1. Okay. This minus came from the modulus and this minus is already there in the function. So this is the trickiest part about this question. So minus x minus 1 minus x 3 x plus 1 plus 3. So what will the answer be? Minus x plus 2 just enter your name in the chat box for my for me to make a note of attendance. Okay. So this is g of x. Then what is g dash of x? So g dash of x would be minus 1, 0 and plus 1 for x greater than minus 1, x equal to minus 1, x less than minus 1. So what is the answer again? So minus 1 is the checkpoint. On left of minus 1 it is decreasing. On right of minus 1 it is
minimum at
sorry. On left of minus 1 it is increasing. On right of minus 1 it is decreasing. So increasing to decreasing. Increasing, decreasing. It will be the point of maximum. So what is the point? What is the value of g of minus 1? So g of minus 1 will be that is the maximum. So these modulus problems alone, I'll try to give you some more practice. Okay, you can try the other problems. So we'll wind up with this. Enter your game. Okay.